What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we are spending our Friday here in the junkyard because it is the first day of the 40% off. It is going to go until Monday, but I figured we just hit it first because Higgins came here the other day and they were putting a ton of new cars in the rows. So we are out here with Fred, and Fred's probably gonna want a Mustang now. He's over there tweaking God knows what. Let's go see what he's doing. What are you doing? Free chain or what?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna need that for the gate in front of my house.
Okay.
What the f is this? What kind of weird contraption is this? Oh, this is one of those doing a transmission job, so you need to hold the engine up. And then it got confiscated from a shop or something. So we originally came here to the yard to pull out, or not to pull out, to cut out this floor, because if you guys remember, Higgins' car had an aftermarket, not an aftermarket, had a different seat in the car, and somebody Jimmy rigged some mounts on it, and then he was chopping it apart, but when that mount came off, it literally took off a section of his floorboard. So we came over here to cut this out so we can patch it back into his car. It kind of sucks that we have to do that, but for the price, for the deal, I'm really not complaining about it. But as we were doing that, they're like putting new cars here, right? There's a Del Sol, the rest of the yard is all the same cars, but there's a Del Sol, there's an Integra, nothing fancy. Met some subscribers, they already pulled the Del Sol seats, which I kind of wanted, but I guess we slept on it, right? So as they're filling up the new rows, they dropped this thing right here. This is a TSX. You can tell front end collision, but did not touch the engine. If anything, the radiator support got destroyed, but I think this car still ran before that. And I looked at the engine, really nice and clean. You don't see a lot of oil. You can see all the silver down to the transmission. And the great thing about this is, one, TSX K24A2, and two, it's got some D2 suspension on here. Now the other fellas that we were chilling with earlier, they were gonna pull the suspension, but they had to take off, so they took off. We're gonna get dibs on the engine. I think we're getting dibs on the engine and maybe the suspension as well too, because of 40% off. The problem is we don't know when they're gonna put it into the new row. It looks like they're cleaning, well, they're done cleaning already, but it looks like they're cleaning the row to get it ready to put the new cars in. So we're just sitting here like hawks waiting for that car to hit the yard, and we're gonna tear into it. I think we're gonna tear into it. So as we're waiting for the rows to get filled up, Nicky thought he saw a Ford Lightning get dropped. So I'm in the SUV section looking for it. Wow. This is super unusual to see. So I kind of want these wheels for the future S14 build. I don't know what they are. AODHAN. And tire in the front is kind of worn down, still a lot of treads, but the back are brand new. Now unfortunately there's only 3. Car got in an accident on the other side, so it's pretty destroyed, but there's only 3. And I didn't bring my tool bag because I came with Fred and Higgins, and in my bag I had these wheel locks. Damn, dude, I want to buy because it's 40% off. Great burners, 225 40 18s. If I could take them today, I will try. I will try. These guys were, well, he wasn't, but Bobby was here earlier, and he wanted to pull the D2s off of this. So I started taking it out because he took off, but he's back and he's going to be pulling off the D2s. He already pulled the fronts off, and right now we're still trying to get this K out of here. It's kind of hard because it was smacked in the front, so the crash bar was pushing everything into the manifold and we can't access everything here. So we're slowly chipping away everything that we can, and thanks to Bobby, we got the tools to take off the wheels. Now these are replicas. I mean, they're not crazy, but the thing is, it's cheap in the junkyard right now, and if I'm gonna drift, I want to drift in style, have some 18s on deck. So the reason why I want these is because they're 18 5x114, brand new tires. Now I only want 2, but the reason why I'm getting 3 is because the front wheel is clean, but it has okay tires. Now the back has brand new tires, but it is curbed on this section right here. So I'm gonna have to buy all 3 to get the good rim, to put a good tire on it, and then have a messed up rim with the okay tire, and have 2 good rims for sliding, I guess. So I'm gonna buy these 3. Hopefully it's not too much, but got to get back on this right here because we are losing daylight. Let's pull this out. I wonder if that front motor mount's still holding it up. Guys, if we pull this engine out today, I'm gonna show you guys Fred's freaking tool bag and all we used to get this thing out. Very minimal tools. I shit you guys not, I didn't get to record this, but where's the clippers at? The clippers is in the bag. So the car hit so bad in the front that all the motor mounts were broken, literally. Look at this. So I was like, all right, well, subframe came out, we yanked it out, and then I told Nikki to take off this one bolt, and then we'll get to the driver's side, right? As soon as he zapped it out, the whole entire thing dropped. So what we're gonna do right now, guys, is we're gonna tip this thing over, take off everything underneath the engine so we can take off the flex plate and the torque converter and transmission and all that jazz, so we can take the long block and get on out of here. Damn, guys. Took us a little bit longer because of the tools that we brought, but we were able to dismantle this TSX. And the good thing is we just found out that this is an 06. If you guys go in K24A2, the 06 is what you want. I believe the valve relief are bigger, I could be wrong, but the 06 has a minor upgrade opposed to the other years. So big score for Higgins, and we're just about ready to get on out of here, man. I got these wheels, I got a resonator for my CRX because it's too raspy. Let's get out of here, guys. Let's get it. All right, guys, so we're back home, and I want to simply say today was kind of wild. Very, very unexpected. We went over there for a freaking floorboard, this piece right here, right? And we saw a TSX. We couldn't say no. They dropped it literally at the time of day where it gave us enough time to tear the engine out of the car. Now, we gave up the suspension to some of the homie Bobby and Alex and them that came back to pull it because I didn't need it anyways. But if you guys are interested in the TSX suspension, D2 suspension in great condition, let me know, because he is going to repost it back up for sale. And I don't know what he's asking for, but if you guys really want to stay posted, I'll post it on my Instagram once he tags me on it. The TSX D2 suspension will be up for sale. Now, Higgins got the K24A2, right? And that's right here, stripped to the bare. And how much you pay for that? 174. 174, tax, fees, cores, and everything. If you brought a core back, it doesn't matter what it is. If you bring back a long block, he gets $30 back. So at the end of the day, with the 40% off, if he brought the core back, he's paying like $150. Great way to start a K-swap for your car. And the cool thing is that the junkyard was filled with so many different K-series engine. Guys, if you want to go K-swap and you're budgeted, the junkyard is the best place to start. Now, as for me, I'm thinking way ahead here. I mentioned in the last video for 2021 that I wanted to get an S14 this year, and that's not really going to happen until all of the cars are gone, so we can make room for the boat to show up. and I couldn't say no to these wheels. Now they are replica and they have good tires, is the reason why I bought them. So if you look, tires are kind of worn out. These are the front, or this was the front. The passenger side front was gone because the car was in an accident. The back are literally brand spanking new. Now the reason why I bought 3 is because this has a curb but it has a good tire. This is clean but it has a bad tire. So I bought this to swap the 2, and then I'll have a spare with a curb lip and a decent tire to use again as a spare. And what I paid for that with the 40% off, I think it's 40% off, I'm not entirely sure, but I paid $130. Not shabby. Not shabby at all. The problem is my entire garage is jam packed, guys, and I haven't been back to my storage in probably 2 months. I need to get a lot of this stuff to the storage that we're not going to be using for a while, especially the wheels, but we're definitely going to move all this to the storage. I do want to kind of like rearrange my storage as well too, just so I can make more room and stack high instead of stack all over the floor. So maybe that'd be a future video to see, who knows. So before we close out this video, guys, I kind of want to show you guys Fred's tool bag. We literally went into the yard with Fred's tool bag and a little bit of Nikki's tools that we used to pull this engine out. Let me show you guys how simple his tools are that allowed us to take this engine out. Fred, going through your tool bag right now, we show these people what you got in this mug to show them that we don't need nothing crazy to get an engine out of a car. So Fred has his Milwaukee part number right here up top. It is, I don't know, you're gonna have to look it at yourself, but this is the impact driver. This is not an actual impact like the one that I carry here in my tool bag, or not my tool bag. So the one right here, this is a stubby impact gun, which is meant for, I mean, really heavy work. This is the impact driver. The driver has the shank style right here, and this does not carry a lot of torque like the stubby impact gun, which is this sucker. This one has like 4 settings on it. His only has 2. This lasts the entire day of pulling bolts off that TSX. Now going into the bag, he has some very basic stuff. He has an extendable 3/8 ratchet. He's got a shorter version of that. He's got socket sets, and the funny thing is he has 2 socket sets, 2 sets of 3/8 from 10 to 22, 19. Spare battery, you know, because he had the room to put a spare battery in. He has a crescent wrench. He has a bunch of shank because obviously he's using a shank style impact driver. He has shanks for like star bits, Allen heads, Phillips, flatheads. You know, that's great for that impact. Obviously you can't use that on this. The funny thing is Fred has a 1/2-inch ratchet, right? This is a 1/2-inch ratchet, but he doesn't have any 1/2-inch sockets. I don't understand why you don't have any sockets in here.
I got the 1/2
because they're in your other tool bag. No mame. So he has this. Oh, this is my freaking blade. It's got my name on it. What the hell? When did that come out of my pocket?
It was on the ground.
Thank you for that. I lost it once, I'm not trying to lose it again. So you already know Fred, PPE. You always got to have his glasses. Bunch of gloves. It doesn't hurt to bring gloves in the yard because you don't want your hand to be all grimy like this, especially if you're driving. You don't want this to be all over your steering wheel. He's got some basic stuff like wire cutter, dikes, some Phillips, some flathead screwdrivers, like so. A lot of these sockets are just missing off the rail here, right? But he does have your typical Honda 14, 10, and 12 wrenches from Pittsburgh. These are a freaking Harbor Freight brand. He doesn't even have the other sizes, but that's what the little monkey wrench is for, right? And then obviously some extensions and more shank pieces for his drill, but nothing fancy in here. He does have some miscellaneous 1/4-inch drive with a bunch of 1/4-inch you know, sockets for like smaller, tighter areas, but that's pretty much it in his tool bag, guys. And this is the stuff that we used with the help of Nikki. Also brought his 1/2-inch Milwaukee, right? Big boy. Yeah, so we had the big boy gun, and literally this is all we had in the junkyard today, guys. And we entirely yanked out a K24 with the subframe, the spindle, and all that jazz to yank the 24 out for Nikki. You don't need the craziest stuff to take stuff apart in the junkyard. This is proof right here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's junkyard adventure. I wasn't even going to record at all. We just went there to go get a floorboard. Yep. And just so happened to see a TSX drop, so we ended up spending our day in the junkyard. You can see that the sky is already starting to get dark here, but I think we're going to wrap up the video right here. I'm just going to leave it at that. A full entire junkyard video of some nice scores for you. Yep. Got some headlights for yourself, got some wheels for myself. But that is going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. Hopefully we go back to the yard again. I don't know, the sale still goes on for another 3 days, but don't count on it. This is the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stick around to see some more patch repair work in Higgins' car. Yeah, that floorboard is not looking. You're gonna have to send me a picture so I can stick at the end of the video.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if you guys want to see more of Higgins' hatch getting worked on, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.